Well, hello from Rover and Daisy. I don't know if you can see her in the back. And me. We're sitting in the car today. Can't have our walk because it is pouring with rain. So we decided we were going to bring you a bit of Monday True Nature Medicine. Hi, Michelle or Michael. Nice to see you here. And I want to talk about something that I've been pondering with this new moon energy that's been pretty intense as we sort of amplify the energies for Wednesday. Hi, Ricky. And I don't know about you, but I'm noticing a lot of stuff going on in my throat chakra and my head, and pretty much the moon makes me crazy anyway. But I want to talk about, or in fact, I want to ask you a question. Who are you, really? Because I know that in a world that can be completely and utterly insane at times, in the fantasies and the insanities and the signs and assignations of sort of other people's points of views about what the world should look like and who you should be in a world that sometimes creates insanity, or you don't know if whether you're going crazy or if you're just in a crazy world, and that it's, for me, a good invitation to really question your reality and look at, who are you and what does it feel like when you hear that question? What are you? Type that in the comments, and why are you here? What are you here to do, and how are you going about doing that? And what if you're here to remake your theories, rewrite your thoughts, refresh your mental browser, hit delete, and what if you take a moment to just rediscover what works for you? Because ever since I got here into this insane asylum, which I like to call planet Earth, the insane asylum, we're all committed to and nobody knows it. And that's the difference between a bright future and a brilliant future. And I've really been questioning this reality a lot lately, especially within the life transformation industry. And this authority, this sort of status quo where most people are living, protecting a life that they're actually not living because they're actually scared to death of really feeling into what it means to live in a physical experience and a physical body. And I know I used to do that a lot too, but I think that this is the Me Too movement where so many people are waking up, and once you're awake, you can't go back to sleep, and you have to listen to your gut and follow your own heart and find your own frequency, because just do you know how miraculous you actually are? The odds of the atoms and solitons and quarks that collided together to create you, because there's only one of you that on this planet that thinks your thoughts and feels what you feel and creates your dreams, and that really makes you miraculous. And I've searched and I've found answers, and I'm continually practicing this thing called being human and looking at what works for me and what's true for me. And I know a lot of women that are rising up and doing the same thing. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Yvette. So, do you know who you are in this moment? Do you know what to do? And do you know exactly how to do it? And would you be willing to be flexible in this moment? That's where I'm sort of always aiming for, that there's nothing more than this moment. And I wonder, are you willing to say that you know, like you know, and that you also don't know what you don't know, and that nobody else knows what you know? Because I think you can. I think you can sense the answers. And I even know perhaps that you're feeling it. You're feeling your truth right now, just joining me here. That heartbeat, that pulse of some kind of very pure and powerful energy that's just rushing into you, blooming like a lotus flower that is just pushing through the mud. Not because it's easy, but because that's its true nature, to push through and bloom. And you know what? I know you know that there is more to you than that meets other people's senses. You know, how many people are saying, you know, you need to come to your senses or snap out of it. Well, you can't if you're living a life that you're not fully committed to, that is omnisexual and omnisexual and omnipresence, you know. And I think creation and generation really need you to be in your normal and subtle sense of what does it mean to be fully embodied in this present moment. And it might mean something strange or weird. And remember, weird, the true definition of weird is of spirit, faith, and destiny. So would you be willing to be the weirding one, the alchemist, this incredible creator, and take ownership of creating your life, brutal and beautiful, the beautiful life where you can choose to be afraid of your own frequency, your own authority, and you can dim down and shrink from the full authority of your own multi-sensory beingness, your mind, your heart, your body, your soul's calling. Or you can back away, you know, from that unique inner signal that's silently screaming at you, urging you and inviting you to get really, really present, to be and do and have and generate and out-create the you that you were a microsecond ago. You know, would you be willing to be greater than you were a minute ago? Or are you going to dim your light and run away from yourself? And I was having this conversation with a client earlier today, and we were just saying to her, you can't run away from you and what's true for you. You can try, but what if you could be kinder and more compassionate and patient and ask, what would love do right now if you just leant into your true nature, if you just went your deep down and your awakening dream and move forward and upwards onto a whole new level of elevation, of illumination. Just like my puppy who wants to sit in the front seat. And just ground into your dream, into your vision. And this knowing that you're in this exact frequency of this continuum, and you're here to feel into your full existence of what you're here to create in your life, and what you came here to give that's unique to you. And that is your empowered life, you know. We have to give in order to grow, in order to gain, and that is the power of choice, that you can continue along your own path of fantasy and insanity and the status quo of the bright future where you're trying to be like everybody else and fit in, when all you want to do is celebrate your individual personality and your own authority. And you know, you can take the next step forward, or you can take the next step away. The choice is yours. But please know, you'll never lose yourself, because you've actually never been lost. You know, this is a time of the great remembering where you get to return to trust and know you have always been enough. You've always been worthy. And no matter what you choose, the one thing that is certain is that only you get to make your choices. Nobody else can give you the answers. And there's no such thing as later or tomorrow. Only the space to create beyond your wildest dreams. That is your living legacy. So I invite you to look at, you know, what is available to you that is in your highest, greatest good. And choose that. Be the lighthouse, because no amount of suffering is going to change anything. You know, and I know you didn't come here to play small. You didn't come here to be pushed around by the world. You came here to build it and contribute to it by doing your own inner work and dancing in the shadows and illuminating your gifts in the dark. So take the next step forward or step away. But just know that if you step away, that's okay, and I wish you a wonderful life. But if you're willing to commit to playing full out, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it is so worth it. Because those demons in the shadows are there to guide you and grow you and teach you. And every day you're going to see life mirror back the illumination and the love and the light that is you, and it is so worth it because you are. So that's my daily dose of Monday manifestation medicine, and make it work for you. Make today, this moment, the best moment that you have. And act as if you are already where you want to be, from a place of creation and generation and generosity. And post your comments and questions in below, because I would love to hear your awareness on what's been coming up for you, and what self-care rituals and practices that you're deepening into as we move towards this huge blue moon and eclipse on the 31st. Bye.